The best ideas are free with Ben Young from Bwaggy.com.
Ben Young joins us, bwaggy.com, as you'll find him hanging, and he's in the studio now.
Good morning.
You're often just hanging out there on your website, aren't you? Waiting for comments, waiting for conversation to spark, for ideas.
I try and stimulate conversation.
Yes.
Seems to work.
Well, maybe you might stimulate some conversation this morning. You've been thinking about an article you've read in the Herald this morning about power companies investing overseas.
I think it's fantastic that the Herald had a piece on how state-owned enterprises, power companies, they're looking to invest up to, I think between Meridian and Mighty Power, I think they're looking to invest up to $450 million offshore this year.
Mm-hmm. Is that just extra cash they've got rolling around?
I'm not sure where it's come from.
Yeah.
But I thought that was great.
From my power bill is where it's come from, yes.
But the thing is, we get it back because it's a state-owned enterprise, in theory.
Yeah.
But I thought it was quite good. You know, we should be looking at an outward focus. How can we invest offshore, get some IP, bring that back to New Zealand and improve our own system?
Yep.
But also, if we can get good returns offshore using our intellectual property, why not? This is exactly what Fonterra is doing.
Mm. You would hope, though, that the nature of the investments was prudent?
Yes.
And maybe ethical?
Yes. Yes, we would hope so.
Yeah.
But any decisions they do make has to be quite transparent because it is a state-owned enterprise. You know, it's not like they can hide that they're investing in some unethical nuclear power plant somewhere.
So that is nice that we could maybe invest overseas and drag some overseas money back.
Yeah.
But what about investing in local companies, local ideas, local entrepreneurs?
Well, in terms of the power industry, that's a fair question. Do they have a fund to invest in local innovation in this field? I'm not sure. I just thought it was really cool that here's a Kiwi company. Clearly there's a bit of a pressure from the government to increase returns going, well, what can we do with our knowledge? And they've thought about investing worldwide. Why does New Zealand have to be this shell that everything keeps getting poured inside?
Yeah.
When if they've got the funds, if they can invest locally and offshore, do both.
Okay.
It makes much more sense for Kiwis.
All right, that's got you thinking. What else this morning?
Well, I wrote a little piece about this last week called the Not My Job people. Now, I think we've all come across this, and we've probably all played this part ourselves. And something happens in the work environment, and you're asked to, leap in. Maybe someone's sick, and they need someone to answer the phones.
It's not my job.
Yeah, exactly. It's not my job to answer the phones.
Yeah.
Or it's not my job to take the rubbish out. And clearly, nobody really wants employees like this in the workplace.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you want people that take some risk.
But it's not in my contract, Ben.
Yeah, well, you see?
Yeah.
And talking to employers, there seems to be a real disconnect that they expect this from their employees, yet they create a culture which does not reward initiative. If you don't have a culture that rewards risk, initiative, people stepping outside their boundaries, what are they going to do? Subconsciously, in the back of their mind, employees are being rewarded for safety, and it's much safer to stick to your own job than try and leap over and answer phones and fill other gaps.
But also the Industrial Revolution has programmed the workforce that you do one task.
Yeah.
You do that well.
Yeah. That's not as strong in New Zealand, I don't think. But it's definitely a case of we're not rewarding something, but we're almost at the same time rewarding the opposite. But you don't see that happening, so then you complain.
And when you say reward, I mean, what would be the correct award for someone who does more than
just recognise that someone's taken the initiative and highlight to other employees that this person has gone beyond their level of duty to help when maybe someone was sick or it was required to deliver a project, and they're a valued team member, whether that's employee of the month or giving them a bonus or a half a day off or something like that. Just to send a signal to all employees that as a company you do reward people that go that extra level.
You're right,
110%.
There is nothing. I mean, everyone's either had this experience or they've seen someone else in the workplace who has gone the extra mile and then aren't rewarded.
Yeah, and I'm not saying reward should be expected, but what I'm saying is by purposely...
It should be recognised.
Yeah, it should be recognised, and it doesn't have to be like cash or time off, but there should be some recognition to communicate to everyone that it is recognised and valued within the workplace, because by not doing that, you are effectively rewarding the opposite.
Yeah.
Which is, that second component is not what we think about. Do you understand?
Yeah.
In terms of, if we don't reward initiative, we're effectively rewarding safety.
Yeah. So the status quo.
Yeah,
isn't it?
So it's two sides of the coin.
Yeah. Very interesting. Anything else?
Just very quickly, I've been doing a lot of analysing of communications in the last few weeks, and looking at how small businesses communicate what they do, how they can help you, the value that they offer, and what you should do next.
Communication between the business and consumer?
Yeah, and their customers. And I see a lot of businesses that are wanting to grow, they need to communicate for what they want to be, not what they are at this point in time. Because the reason is, if you communicate for the business you want to grow into, that's what's going to happen. You're going to grow into that. The customers that you attract are going to expect the vision that you've put out before you. But if you have a very internal downward focus, saying this is what we do and we don't really shift from that, that's what customers are going to expect. And the only way to grow a business like that is to get more of the same customers.
It's like an extension of personal growth, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, same kind of thing. Yeah.
Get up and dress in the morning like the person you want to be.
Yes.
Not the person you are.
Well, exactly the same analogy.
Nice one, Ben. Those ideas and a whole lot more up at bwaggy.com, bwaggy.com, and you can also continue the conversation on Twitter, twitter.com/bwaggy. See you next time.